What's good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, All Rights Reserve. We back at it again. This time, we're going to take a look at a possibility, or let's say a motive, if we are to presume that there would be a situation that would be questionable dealing with the side of the artist XxxTentacion. Now, one thing I want to put out there, if we remember very recently to him, prior, I seen pictures of Jocelyn. Jocelyn was a very beautiful girl. Do you think that it's possible that if we were to presume that people were not in the situation they were, do you think Jocelyn would be worth giving it all up? Think about it. She's a very beautiful girl. Things may have been going left. And I saw that he was very heartbroken by the situation. But if you guys are going to presume and tell me that he could possibly be here, I'm saying to you in return, what would be something he'd give up to be and just exist? Now, would Jocelyn have been worth giving it up for? From seeing her pictures, from knowing her and getting to know her, I would say very much so that, yes, if I was in a position and I had fame and she had the character and beauty that was proclaimed and that I'm reading, it would be worth giving a career up for. Don't you think so? To be with Jocelyn, to spend time with her, and just overall go on with my life, enjoying what she has to bring to my life, rather than me chasing down to be around someone else. I think that would be a fair trade, especially if she cared about me when a lot of other women in my life only cared about my money, and they showed it. And we've seen that in many different instances. Now, I brought that up swiftly because I got sent different things from Jocelyn and him. And, you know, some people are still heartbroken over Jocelyn's situation, that allegedly knew of her and was involved in Tentacion's life. Then, if I was thinking like him, I would say, you know what, I'd give this up and I'm going to be with this girl because she cares about me. When I went off and was with these other girls who really didn't care, and this person really sincerely gave their all for me, that would be something that would presumably make me be comfortable with the game, everything that happened, and spend my life with her. That, of looking at characters, that is the only thing. And that's all I could say about that part, because that's more of my mind's at. Now, something that's starting to bother me, is it possible any of these witnesses, okay, that claim they weren't there now and done stuff, did any of them have relations with Geneva? Now, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Now, I allegedly, and I'm not confirming this, got sent information that is claiming that one of these men that are being, let's say, presumably indicated in the situation had some relations to Geneva. If someone could show me that, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. And I wouldn't want to think that. But again, I have no proof for the situation that's being presented to me being true or false. Was there any type of relation dealing with Geneva? Because the news reporter and some of these people I'm starting to be told has direct connections with her. Is this possible? Is this true? If Geneva wants to hop on here and say it's totally false, I'm totally fine with that. You know the rules, just no slandering in the comments. I got you slandering, you got to get the block button. Just be truthful. Just be like, nope, no relations. And drop the proof and keep it moving. You know what I mean? But I'm getting a lot of proof sent to me now that I've been ignoring for a little while, reading through it, that indicates that Geneva had two major connections dealing with this case, either by affiliation, relations, knowing someone, some type of knowledge that places these individuals in her path on both sides, not only dealing with the witnesses, but also dealing with the people that presumably did it. Now, how would this work out? You know, because if I'm not mistaken, there was allegedly a pornographic video that was released involving this person that was in his life, and I heard he was very upset by it. I heard he was very upset by it, Tentacion, I mean. And he felt betrayed because this person that he gave time to, that he cared about genuinely, was making videos with other people. Is this true? Does someone have that? Because if that happened, I heard that this allegedly is out in public, and this is viewable. Whether it's fellatio or outright intercourse, I'm not sure. I don't know. But I just know that I was told that this is the case. Now, if this is possible, does it lead to other motives that she maybe lost a meal ticket and now because he was with someone else, she couldn't have that? So, a person that doesn't like to see someone happy rather take out everything so they have nothing. So there's nothing to be left. So was there motive in that direction? And this is aside from jealousy. This is pure player hatred, like the ultimate case of player hatred. That you feel that way because you made certain decisions, but now you want him to respect who you are when you didn't respect his presence when he was willing to be in your life. Now that would be a very concerning situation, I might add, if that is the case. But if I'm wrong about your affiliations with these people, let me know. Because I'm catching affiliations with the witnesses and allegedly a suspect. That's what I'm being told. And I've been told this about 30 or 40 episodes ago. And I kind of let it slide. But now it's popping back up. Then I'm looking at what some of these people said. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes. So I'm not really sure if that's real. If you're just joking about it. If you mean it. If the person said something and meant what they said. I need to understand. Because I need to get something that's not really coming through clear to my viewers or clear to CommenterNation. That's a lot of what I'm talking about. And I'm not really getting where they're getting at. So I'm going to need you to show where things are going. Because if that's the truth, we may have an issue. Also, I want to add this. I'm hearing he may have a baby and stuff. Who is it? Who is it? Because we mentioned Cynthia. What does she have to do with the situation? What could she possibly have to do with the situation, I should say? Because now her name's coming up to me as well. And it's not that, she did anything, any relations. It's just that she was the last known person that everyone was speaking about in his life. We're not really hearing her come out and speak. And again, direct family and things I can understand. But as far as lovers and things, depending on the level of your relationship and your interaction, that would tell me the love and remorse that you actually had. If you can't have remorse for someone when they're here, how true is your remorse for them when they're gone? Think about it logically. All of this plays a part into the situation. Certain things are contradicting the evidence that I have, which I'm not very happy with. But that's why I bring this up. Was this a Geneva and Friends type of thing? Or how does this work? Because now you're the only one out that I haven't spoken to or that hasn't even commented. And I realized Amari was very quiet in different things, which I would expect. And yeah, I'm mentioning the friends' names because now I'm at that point of looking into the information dealing with that. But I already seen how wild the other friends reacted, which only made me curious about these people. You see, it's all your reaction to the situation when you're brought up that tells me in details the potentials of it, especially when some direct friends were at the scene, but now they're playing like they weren't at the scene or don't know anything, and then trying to tell me they're getting threats when I know, I'm going to say, I know for a fact 2 of you are not receiving threats. I'm going to tell you that. I checked behind the scenes. I linked up with other people and I found out that you were not receiving threats. That is not the case. So for you to have told me a lie that way, it bothers me. It truly bothers me. And it bothers me to a way where I can't let you slide on that. You really need to come out and say what it is if you know something. Since Broward County can't do it right, you come out and do it right. If you really care about a person. And it goes back to me mentioning the manager. If you truly cared about someone and did something, there's a certain way you move. And we're just not seeing those footsteps work correctly. Not seeing the manager as being spiteful or cocky or joyful, but here's my thing. If my meal ticket artist, something happened to him, I would be hunting people down to figure out what happened, because you're not going to take my meal ticket away, not only for me to grow, but them to grow, and then slide off like it was okay or like it was something that is acceptable. There's no way that works that way. That's not how life works. I don't play like that. And I know that if you guys were thinking the same way as me, which is passionate, you wouldn't be playing like that either. It is no game. This is the taking of life, the vital essence of human life, especially a superstar of this magnitude. When you take away someone whose career is budding that way, it just leaves speculation to other means and other reasoning. So can someone give me evidence that Geneva is or is not implicated in this situation? Because I'd like to know, because I'm not seeing the details with the case. And before I go any further, I would like to understand this. I have other angles, and I got about 5 or 6 phone calls to make that are relevant to the situation. And I'm not tripping on it, but I need to know if this is real. Because I'm asking you guys to be real before I make these calls, because there are 2 very close people connected to this situation. I mean close as in maybe 1 person difference in between. Like they're 1 person difference in between golden people. So right now, we're in the golden age concerning this case. We're in the golden spot where I have golden information and I'm working with top level people that would be giving information and different things, and I have direct contacts with them and they have things they want to talk about. And I'm not even going to give you a cue to who it is. I just want you to understand what it is, and I just want you to get what level I'm at to see how real it is, and that it's really not a game, and I'm really not playing around with the information, because I'm going to know. Put it this way, by Friday, I'm going to know everything I need to know. And I know someone on the backside. Again, I see a lot of different conversations. You asked, am I switching my stance? Listen, I'm objective. There is no stance. This is about me dictating a situation, figuring out the detail, and then talking about the information. There's no direct stance I take. That's not how I operate. I operate a little different. That's exactly why I kept it this way. That's exactly why I played my hands this way. Always keep an ace in the sleeve. That's always how you do it. That's why you always keep an ace in the sleeve. You see, a lot of people play games just to play, do things just to do them. But you understand that when you keep an ace in the sleeve, you never have to worry about that. And a lot of people are saying, am I switching up my stance? Am I doing this, doing that? Ultimately, here's what you need to know. I basically know everything I need to know about it. My thing is, I'm just trying to, let's say, sow the edges before I get into the main course of this series. I know anything that I needed to understand. You should already know the way I rock. See, everybody who's prominent, who's linked, knows that I know. And I gave them signals that I know and understand. Period. There's nothing else to say about that. You know I know now. I let you know, about 20, 30 episodes ago that I already knew. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I let you know about 60, 70 episodes ago that I already knew. But I'm so objective, and patiently objective, I might add, that I gave chances for people to speak in situations. Didn't I tell you that if I was an investigator, that I would have no one that's better than me? I already told you that. These guys went to school. I would run circles around you. Listen, I'm so nice, and I'm just keeping it real. I'm so nice that I could figure out at least 3 to 5 cold cases a month. I'm serious. I'm just being real with you. It's just how my brain works. I don't know why, but that's exactly why I'm not on the side of people that cheat, that half-step and get a paycheck. And you know who those are. You guys half-step information, you lackluster, and you still want to get paid. But you're trash at your job. You're trash. Some of the cases that I saw that you guys didn't solve, it's not funny what happened, but I sat there and laughed. Like, I laughed hilariously hard. Like, you would think I'm a psycho how I laugh. Because you guys are so sad. You're so sad. And you're basically units full of friends and family that want a paycheck but can't do your job properly. That's a fact. Do you know how many people that are in it, that are around, reached out to me and was asking me how I knew what I knew? And then when I broke it down simply, they were like, I'm like, Well, that's not part of your normal investigation. What are you guys sitting there doing all day? Twiddling your thumbs, getting speeding tickets, locking people up for baggies, but can't solve a child kidnapping. Oh, we can't do that. Can't solve a murder. Oh, we can't do that. You guys are sad, man. You guys are really sad. And I want every chief and every investigator in the world, if you're not Dr. Wu, I'd run circles around you because you suck. You suck at looking at evidence. You just suck. You're like the worst individual in life because you chose a profession that you can't complete thoroughly. Any case that came across my desk, done. Any case. That's how hard I go. You guys, that's the purpose of this channel, honestly, to show you how bad your enforcement sucks. And you give them max respect. Oh, respect him. He's a F his badge. He's trash. Hang it up. You know how I rock. All rights reserved.